Hello students, welcome to video teaching. It's biology for class 7. The current chapter is reproduction in plants. Last time I discussed two very common methods of asexual reproduction in plants. Asexual reproduction by spore formation and asexual reproduction by fragmentation. Budding is also a method of asexual reproduction in plants. By budding, say fungus, some fungi as yeast reproduce. Buds are a small outgrowth which are formed on the cells of yeast. Okay? Sometimes many buds arise in a part of yeast cell forming a chain of bud. The buds, when grow with time, get detached from the parent yeast cell, and each bud then grow into a new yeast. This is how yeast reproduced by budding. It's a asexual method of reproduction. Next is vegetative propagation. Today we will discuss vegetative propagation. In vegetative propagation, new plants are grown. New plants can be obtained by vegetative parts of plant, say roots, stem, leaves and buds, without involving the reproductive organs, reproductive parts, flowers. Vegetative propagation is a method of producing new plants, in which new plants can be obtained from vegetative parts as roots, stems, leaves and buds. Flower, which serve as reproductive parts in flowering plant, do not involve in vegetative propagation. Okay? By the method of vegetative propagation, flowering plants, higher plants are obtained. Right? We will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of vegetative propagation in plants and the various methods of vegetative propagation. Advantages of vegetative propagation. By this method, new plants can be grown in very less time, in less period of time. Okay? The production of plants from vegetative propagation takes very less time. These plants also bear flowers and fruits faster. Okay? And the plants produced by this method are exact copy of parent plants. That is, no variation is seen. Okay? And by this method, seedless plants can be produced, can be obtained. Right? Seedless fruits can be obtained by this method. The method of formation of seedless juicy fruits called parthenocarp. The method of asexual. The plants produced by vegetative propagation generally produce seedless fruits. The 3-point advantages are the production of plants by vegetative method takes short period of time. It's a quick process. The plants grown by this method bear flowers and fruits faster. By this method, seedless fruits can be obtained. Plants yielding seedless fruits can be grown by this method. And the plants grown by this method are exact copy of their parents, as no variation takes place. Besides these advantages, there are some disadvantages also. two very common disadvantages of vegetative propagation are the plants produced by this method gradually become less viable, less strong, as no variation takes place. Variation actually helps our organisms to adapt with the changing condition, as no variation takes place here. So, the adaptability of these plants decreases. The plants produced by this method are thus less viable or less strong. Another disadvantage of this method is many plants grow at a place, resulting overcrowding. As a result, plants do not get sufficient nutrients and water. This hampers the growth of the plant. Now we will discuss the various methods of vegetative propagation in plants. Right? There are two main types of vegetative propagation: natural methods and artificial methods. Again, natural methods of vegetative propagation involves root, stem or leaves. So depending upon the parts which involve in formation of new plants. Again, it is classified into three types: vegetative propagation by leaf, vegetative propagation by stem, and vegetative propagation by leaves. And some common artificial method of vegetative propagation are production of new plants by cutting, grafting, and layering. Okay, I hope you all understood the points I have discussed today. Today you will get homework based on these topics. You all should complete the homework. That's all. Thank you.